Ryan Hummel here, looking at the water input for the Willow Springs Bioswale. All of this water is rushing off the roadside and rushing off a very steep road with very little vegetation on the roadside. This water used to just go rushing off, and so there's a 14-inch diameter culvert pipe underneath the road here, and but we installed the bioswale, and that is helping catch this runoff, slow it, spread it, sink it, soak it, and store it into this landscape. So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough. I'm actually out throwing out some cover crop seeds. This is the first rain we've had since Memorial Day, or for first significant rain. We've had probably 2 half-inch rains since Memorial Day, and it looks like we're sitting at about 1.5 inches. So about 1.5 inches of rain, according to that rain gauge, and that's approximately what another rain gauge said 4 miles away. But yeah, so this was planted Memorial Day. The pigs have found it, and they're really good at, literally moving these cages out of the way. Something I was not prepared for. The cover crops, the only place you really see cover crops is where they're covered up with a tremendous amount of brush. The animals have really just delighted in all of the stuff that I planted here. And that's okay. We're trying to cull the deer numbers a bit, and the pig numbers, because there are just a phenomenal number of these critters eating every little green speck that comes up. Lots of natural recruitment. I did plant cover crop seeds, but most of the cover crop seeds are not really coming up. I see a lot of young natives and some exotics. I even saw some stuff that's, what is that? Malta star thistle, so that's one that I'm definitely going to be watching for and pulling up. But anyway, yeah, holds a decent amount of water. I haven't calculated the exact volume, but when it is full, it's about 18 feet wide and 18 inches deep, and I think it's 118 meters long, something like that. You can see some of the areas that have been protected. We've got okra and native plants. We tried to grow some vegetables, but our soil here is really not great. Yeah, I feel like I'm rambling, but I just wanted to walk to the end of this thing and give you guys a little bit of a show. Again, I would say we're probably, once the water gets to the blue flags, we'll be full, and that's when it'll be flowing over the spillway. So, I don't know, maybe half full with 1.5 inches of rain. So, I'm pleased. I'm very pleased. These kind of systems will last for, decades, if not centuries, with minimal upkeep. And long after I'm gone, this will still be turning a flooding liability into a groundwater asset. You can't really see it right now because all of the rain and the bubbles that the raindrops are leaving. But earlier, when this filled up with water, there was bubbles coming up from the ground as the water went down and started filling up the cracks and crevices of this epikarst sponge that we're sitting on. The air that was down there in the dry parts of the sponge had to go somewhere, and I'm sure some of them snuck out in springs, downhill from us, but other areas it just bubbled up as the water, displaced it. So I think I'm going to stop there. I will highlight that once this overflows, it overflows basically right where we're standing, and then it goes into a whole nother system. And this was, again, planted with cover crops. The deer ate almost every single one of them, and so we came back and we just covered the whole thing with brush, and I'd like to even do it thicker than that. The deer, they will eat absolutely everything that pops up. The only thing they don't eat is stuff they don't like. So I've actually been trying to find stuff that they don't like, and there's not much. For a while I did Rio Grande clammy weed, and I had a nice good crop of that, and then they decided they like it and they ate everything. They ate it all. One thing that I do see that they don't like is the hairy vetch, so pretty much the only cover crop I have left is hairy vetch, which is okay. It's a nitrogen fixer. And I planted a lot of other things in here, like golden ball lead tree and various other cover crops. Blue bonnets, they won't eat the blue bonnets. Anyway, thanks for watching.